In another timeline, one choice changed everything. Welcome back to the alternate scrolls. Today we explore what might have happened if Sirius Black raised Harry Potter. Lightning cracks the midnight sky again, but Godric's hollow is silent. Rain patters against the broken windows of the cottage, mingling with the acrid smell of burnt wood. Inside the splintered parlor, one small sound echoes like hope, the soft cry of a newborn. Sirius Black steps through the wreckage with reverence, candlelight flickering on his determined face. The crib remains intact. Wrapped tightly in blankets is baby Harry Potter, alive and breathing. Slowly, with hands that tremble only a little, Sirius kneels and lifts the boy into his arms. Relief floods his eyes as he feels the child's tiny heartbeat against his chest. In this quiet, sacred moment, he knows their lives have changed forever. The infant's bright green eyes flutter open. In them, Sirius sees the future reflected. Warm tears track down his cheeks as sorrow and relief mix on his weathered face. Here at last he stands not alone in the darkness of injustice, but cradling the one thing that makes it all right. He presses a gentle kiss to Harry's forehead, blessing the lightning bolt scar that bound them. Lily and James Potter's sacrifice echoes in every silent corner, and for the first time, Sirius believes he can forgive himself. In that quiet vigil of new life, Sirius silently swears, Harry Potter will never walk alone again. In one final glance at the ashes of a home, Sirius's heart aches, but only for a moment. He whispers an apology into the night air. With a finger to his lips, he signals to the Order of the Phoenix hiding in the shadows. Their godson is safe. Then he steps into the night with Harry held tight, and they vanish into the quiet woods as a new family emerges from darkness. Freed of all cruelty, Harry's childhood will begin anew. Gone are the days of Privet Drive. Now, Harry learns magic in sunlit fields and cozy kitchens. Under the vast sky, he catches breezes on a homemade broomstick and laughs louder than the wind itself. On crisp October mornings, Sirius turns their cozy living room into a classroom of wonders. Harry practices the Patronus charm until a brilliant silver stag gleams from his wand, each success earning Sirius's proud grin. After breakfast, Sirius patiently teaches him new spells and potions, filling the house with the scent of fresh ink and bright magic. Harry listens, entranced, to stories of Lily and James's days at Hogwarts. Through Sirius's voice, their bravery and kindness come alive. Summer finds Harry in open meadows, conjuring paper boats to float on ponds or turning rubber frogs real, each accomplishment drawing Sirius's beaming smile. At night, Harry falls asleep under a quilt of enchantments and stars, knowing the man who saved him watches over his dreams and that love stands guard against every darkness. Sirius even taught Harry to fly early. Under the golden light of a September afternoon, Harry grips a patched-up broom that Sirius had mended from an old toy. Sirius, in his dog form, dashes alongside the broom, and with a whoop, Harry rises into the air. They loop circles around the garden hedge, Sirius bounding on the ground, proud and laughing. Each day at sunset, they practice curves and turns in an open field. By winter, Harry's confidence in the sky is such that even older students would whisper of his natural skill. Sirius beams from below as Harry catches a thrown snitch in midair, the dust motes glittering in the late afternoon light. In the still dawn of a crisp September morning, Harry steps onto the Hogwarts Express with a full heart and the memory of Sirius's proud smile at his back. No longer the frightened boy of Privet Drive, today he is just Harry, eager, alive, and ready to learn. The castle looms ahead through misty fields, and Harry's green eyes light up with awe. Around him, the train car hums with excitement as new classmates greet him, Ron Weasley's easy grin among them, and Hermione Granger's determined stare over her books. On the journey, Harry can barely keep still. He sketches the castle in his notebook and imagines telling Sirius every detail. When the mist lifts at King's Cross Station, Harry leaps from the train. Through the steam, he half expects to see Sirius's familiar silhouette waiting. Even without him, Harry feels his godfather's pride carrying him into the new year. One crisp evening after the sorting feast, Harry and Ron sneak up to the astronomy tower. They set up a small telescope Sirius gifted Harry last Christmas. Sirius had written of constellations in letters. Tonight, Harry searches for them. Above, Orion and Taurus gleam. Harry points with his wand and smiles. There, Sirius says that Bright One is guiding me. In that moment, Harry feels Sirius's presence beside him in the wind. They sit quietly, stargazing, Sirius's proud voice carried on the breeze. At the sorting ceremony, the hat barely touches Harry's head before roaring, "Gryffindor!" Joy floods through him. In that moment, he finds himself at home. That evening, Harry sits at the Gryffindor table, pumpkin juice in hand, as the great hall's enchanted ceiling mirrors the starlit sky outside. Surrounded by laughter and new friends, he feels a warmth he had only dreamed of. Hermione's bookish smile and Ron's encouraging nod remind Harry that family can be found in the company of loved ones. Days and weeks blur together in a tapestry of magic. On one snowy December afternoon, the great hall erupts with cheers. News has arrived that Harry saved the day. Back in the common room afterward, Harry exhales a laugh with Ron and Hermione. Later that week, Harry sneaks away to the lake after classes. Gold and crimson leaves tumble on the surface as he practices calm breathing, just as Sirius taught. He swirls his wand, levitating a single fallen leaf into the air. When it hovers softly above the water, Harry grins. In that quiet moment, he imagines Sirius standing behind him, applauding his progress. Harry bows playfully to the empty shore, heart-light, before gathering the leaf gently and returning to the castle with renewed confidence. When winter turns to spring, a final trial looms beneath the castle. At dawn, Harry descends into the cold stone dungeon to face Professor Quirrell and the whispering face of Voldemort. His breath is steady with courage, each countercurse a testament to the love Sirius has given him. Godric Gryffindor's sword gleams in Harry's hand, and when Quirrell's hood falls, Harry recognizes the symbol of loyalty and heroism on the blade. He strikes true, banishing Quirrell's shadow. Exhausted and triumphant, Harry bursts into the bright morning halls. Sirius is waiting. Without a word, Harry rushes into his godfather's arms. Tears of joy and relief glisten in Sirius's eyes. The boy who lived has truly begun to live. Hogwarts cheers, and Harry knows he has made his family proud. That Christmas, Harry stays with Sirius at Grimmauld Place, a world away from any cold silence he has known. Candlelight dances on smiling faces as snow swirls outside the windows. Sirius carves roast turkey, and Harry laughs at every holiday joke. It is the first time Harry feels the magic of Yuletide, not meant to defeat a Dark Lord, but to celebrate family. After dessert, Sirius quietly raises his goblet. To surviving, and to those we love. Harry meets Sirius's eye and raises his own cup in reply. They have survived every darkness, and in this moment, their family is whole. As Harry's second year dawns, he senses trouble even before school starts. The summer has been filled with joyful training and stolen afternoons of wand practice, but no peace can last forever. Notices begin to appear around Hogwarts. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Whispers slither through the halls like serpents. Harry's heart tightens. The same dread knotted in his stomach so long ago has returned. On the Hogwarts Express he sits upright, determined. Sirius's voice is in his ear. "You know what you saw, Harry. We'll handle it." A terrified first-year girl collapses in a corridor, and fear suffuses Hogwarts. Harry hears rumors hiss that only he can understand. He stands firm. His friends know who he truly is. Harry throws himself into the mystery. He pores over old books by candlelight, piecing together myths and clues. Meanwhile, in the shadows of the castle, Sirius urges him on with silent confidence. "Keep going, Harry." At midnight, Harry follows every lead to the girls' bathroom. A whispering sink basin opens with a groan, revealing a dark passage. Harry steps through, wand raised and heart steady. In the Chamber of Secrets' Serpent Vault, Harry confronts the heir of Slytherin and a colossal basilisk. Tom Riddle's preserved memory sneers as the snake's cold gaze fixes on Harry. Harry steadies himself, recalling Sirius's training. He summons Fawkes the Phoenix, a burst of flame and healing, and the bird blinds the basilisk. Harry draws Godric Gryffindor's sword from the sorting hat and strikes true. Steel bites through scales. The basilisk collapses, and Riddle's memory shatters with a flash. In one triumphant act, Harry frees Ginny from Tom's diary. They race out into dawn together, Harry clutching the blood-red diary, Ginny safe and sleepy. The chamber collapses behind them as Harry ascends the steps. Hogwarts awakens with the news that the monster is gone. In the astronomy tower, Harry finds Sirius waiting. They clasp hands and grin. Relief and pride shine in their eyes. They have done it together. Stumbling into Dumbledore's office after the battle, Harry still trembles from the night's revelation. He holds the destroyed diary tight and meets Dumbledore's eyes. The headmaster's stern pride says it all. This was no ordinary diary. Here, Harry learns the truth. The diary was a Horcrux, a piece of Voldemort's very soul. By destroying it, Harry has dealt the Dark Lord his first wound. Only fragments of Voldemort remain. Harry's knees sag as the weight of this knowledge settles on him, but he stands taller than ever, buoyed by the certainty that Sirius's faith in him will never waver. That night, Harry sleeps at Grimmauld, dreaming peacefully for the first time. Harry's third year opens like a gentle dawn. He wakes on the first day of term without a single knot of fear in his stomach. Christmas at the Burrow and lessons with Sirius have taught him that home truly can mean family. As he steps onto the Hogwarts Express, mist still swirling around the station, Harry glances back at Sirius, waving from the platform. For the first time, Harry feels that Hogwarts is his home. That peace shatters on the return journey. Dementors swarm the train, and panic grips Harry's heart. The air turns icy, and the world goes dark. Desperate, Harry feels Sirius's warm encouragement fill his mind. He stands, wand aloft, and raises his voice above the gloom. Expecto Patronum. A brilliant silver stag bursts forth from his wand, dispersing the Dementors into the night. Professor Lupin breathes a relieved laugh when he sees Harry's successful Patronus. Harry's relief tastes sweeter than any chocolate frog. He is stronger than the fear. Back at the castle, Harry trains by day and practices spells with Ron and Hermione by night. They meet secretly to master every charm Sirius taught them. One evening, Harry finds Sirius waiting outside the common room with a mug of hot tea. The message, "Be vigilant," pinned to his tie. That night, Harry spots a large black dog silhouette dart past the forbidden forest. Sirius checking in on him. Harry smiles quietly to himself. He is not alone in this school. Finally comes the reckoning. Investigating Sirius's clues, Harry ventures into the forbidden forest, where he finds Sirius in his animagus form. Sirius nods, and together they confront the traitor, Peter Pettigrew, alive and cowering on the ground, bound by silver ropes. Harry's blood runs cold at the sight of the rat-faced wizard. Before Harry can react, Sirius moves like a storm. With a roar, Sirius ends his dog form, animagus shining in moonlight, and snarls. Harry steps forward with wand ready. Wormtail shrieks and slips free as Sirius's spirit fills the forest. In that breathless moment, Harry knows they have finally won. Though Pettigrew escapes, Sirius's innocence is proven, and the darkness that haunted Harry is broken. Word spreads quickly. By morning, Hogwarts is buzzing. Sirius Black is no longer a danger, but a hero. Harry stands at Dumbledore's office entrance, heart pounding, as the headmaster steps out and announces the truth. The students break into cheers, and Sirius's portrait in the Gryffindor Tower winks at Harry with approval. Later, Harry finds Sirius alone on a balcony overlooking the grounds. They embrace tightly, laughing through tears. Harry realizes he will never have to doubt his godfather again. Harry's fourth year thrusts him into peril once more. The autumn world shrugs off its golden leaves as he and the Weasleys travel to the Quidditch World Cup. Fireworks paint dragons and phoenixes across the night sky, and Harry laughs at Sirius's jokes about champion broomsticks. But a dark event at midnight reminds him that celebrations can have shadows. Back at Hogwarts, Dumbledore's warm eyes greet Harry, and a ripple of anticipation passes through the hallways. A week later, Professor Dumbledore announces the Triwizard Tournament. Harry feels shock and fear, and something brave all at once. He recalls Sirius's red and gold scarf warm on his shoulders, courage he will need to don. When his name bursts forth from the goblet of fire, Harry's mind whirls. He recalls every lesson Sirius ever taught him, and he steels himself as he nods to Dumbledore. The Triwizard Tournament has begun. For the first task, Harry faces a Hungarian horntail dragon at dawn on Halloween. In the stands, Sirius's silhouette paces anxiously. Harry strides into the arena, clutching the enchanted broom Sirius gave him, every lesson on courage steady in his mind. When the whistle blows, Harry rockets into the smoky sky. Flame roars around him, and Harry weaves and dives with furious bravery. Time slows as he outmaneuvers each blast. Finally, he plunges through a curtain of fire and snatches the golden egg in midair. Cheers erupt. Harry can almost feel Sirius's smile beaming in the morning light. The second task drags Harry beneath the icy surface of the Black Lake. Each breath underwater is a battle, each kick a conquest. Harry swims deeper, guided by Sirius's calm voice in his mind. He finds Ron and Hermione bound to the lakebed. Battling exhaustion and fear, Harry conjures a shimmering bubble. He swims through the crushing cold and releases the bubble near the duo. Together they push upwards and break the surface, gasping for air. Back on the shore, Harry's eyes find Sirius's across the crowd. Both men stand tall and shining, victory not measured by points, but by friendship saved. Dusk falls as Harry enters the final task, a sprawling hedge maze under a blood-orange sky. Every twist tests Harry's courage. Phantoms of lost loved ones and omens of doom flicker before him. With each step, Sirius's faith in him blazes in Harry's mind, banishing his doubts. Deep in the center of the labyrinth, Harry finds Cedric Diggory, clearly exhausted but alive, clutching the Triwizard Cup. Harry's breath catches. For a moment Harry pauses, heart pounding. Then, with a kind smile, he steps back and clasps Cedric's hand. They share a nod of respect, and together they touch the cup and vanish into darkness. Harry lands in the graveyard of Little Hangleton with Cedric's body at his feet. Moonlight glints on the old gravestones and Cedric's lifeless form. A chill runs through him as Voldemort's spectral body rises from the mist. "Kill the spare!" Voldemort hisses. Harry's breath catches. Every spell Sirius taught him ignites within. He raises his wand and lets loose every incantation. Emerald and scarlet light flashes across the stone, curses thundering through the night. Harry fights with every ounce of courage Sirius gave him. With one final desperate prayer on his lips, green and red light collide in a blaze of victory. In the silence that follows, Harry slumps beside Cedric's body. He is alive, and the Dark Lord has vanished into nothingness. The wizarding world refuses to believe the truth. Harry must prove himself all over again. But this time, Sirius is at his side through it all. That Christmas, after the Triwizard chaos ends, Harry is vindicated. Cedric's parents even nod respectfully at him at the Yule Ball. As the new year dawns, Harry and Sirius ride on the motorbike back to Grimmauld Place. Sirius waits up, smiling as though Harry had already won. They spend New Year's Eve watching fireworks explode like phoenixes outside. Harry knows, as the balls of light fall around them, that he and Sirius have rewritten his fate together. In Harry's 5th year, the darkness returns in a different form: denial. The Ministry of Magic silences Dumbledore and calls Harry a liar. Whispers of Potterlie follow him like shadows. But Sirius's letters come like summer rain, each word renewing Harry's courage. Hold fast to what you know is right. I do, reads one. Harry decides he will not give in to lies. In secret, he forms Dumbledore's army and teaches his friends the defensive spells Sirius showed him. In the Room of Requirement, they train for hours. In those hidden gatherings, Harry feels Sirius's unwavering faith in every determined face. The sparks of rebellion Harry ignites there will grow into a fire that no darkness can snuff out. On a snowy February weekend, Harry sneaks into Hogsmeade under his invisibility cloak and finds Sirius walking free among the villagers. Sirius winks as he approaches, handing Harry and Hermione butterbeers. Later, in the castle's courtyard, Sirius stands at the edge of Ron and Hermione's defense lesson, quietly instructing alongside Professor Lupin. His presence, alive and smiling, tells Harry they truly are not alone. That night at Grimmauld Place, Harry helps Sirius brew amortentia and finally laughs as he sniffs the potion, which fills him with the sense of rain on grass and buttery goods. Sense that Sirius's presence means everything is all right. War finally erupts in the Department of Mysteries. Harry, Ron, and Hermione race through glass corridors to save the prophecy from Voldemort's grasp. Spells clash wildly. Harry, protecting the shimmering orb, defends himself with everything Sirius taught him. Just when he is about to tire, the doors burst open and the Order of the Phoenix floods in. Witches and wizards cast brilliant shield charms and stunning spells. Sirius appears in the fray, dueling fiercely at Harry's side. Together, they drive the Death Eaters back. In the dust and smoke, Harry seizes the prophecy and vows they will finish what was started. At dawn, he collapses into Sirius's arms. For the first time in years, Harry knows the world is on his side. They have won, and they are together. As peace settles once more, Harry can finally celebrate. Exams resume and spring blooms around Hogwarts. He spends Christmas at Grimmauld Place, a home at last. Candlelight flickers on smiling faces. Snow drifts past the window panes. Sirius carves roast turkey, and Harry revels in the smell of normalcy for once. Outside, Neville and Luna build snowmen on the lawn. After dinner, Sirius quietly raises his goblet. To family, blood, and found. Harry meets his godfather's eyes and smiles. They are safe, and in this moment, their family is whole. 6th year brings new revelations and painful trials. Over the holidays, Harry and Dumbledore peer into the pensive night after night. Sirius's steady faith in Harry sees him through each horror. They witness the gaunt shack, the first dread passage, the cursed ring on Dumbledore's finger, the locket pulsing with Voldemort's soul. Dumbledore speaks softly of Horcruxes, fragments of a soul hidden away. Harry realizes By destroying the diary, they destroyed one piece. Hope flickers. They have a path to victory. Night after night, Harry returns to the common room with lines of worry on his face, but Sirius waits outside with a cup of peppermint tea. Together, they vow that no Horcrux will survive. After Christmas, Dumbledore takes Harry to a remote island on a stormy lake. They endure brine and snake venom to retrieve Marvolo Gaunt's ring. Dumbledore forces himself to drink a potion of agony to reach it, trembling and broken on the shore. Harry catches him as he falls, muttering Dumbledore's name. With one strong pull, Harry drives Godric Gryffindor's sword through the locket. Voldemort's scream echoes across the lake. Dumbledore collapses, safe in Harry's arms. The second Horcrux has been destroyed, and only 4 remain. Dumbledore smiles through pain and places a hand on Harry's shoulder. "Nearly there, Harry," he rasps. Hope once more warms Harry's heart as they climb back to the shore. Night falls as Harry and Dumbledore climb Hogwarts' stone steps. Something feels wrong. In the astronomy tower, Draco Malfoy stands trembling, wandless. Harry's breath catches. Dumbledore's eyes are sad. Suddenly, Severus Snape appears behind them. Harry raises his wand, too late. Snape's voice cuts through the night. Avada Kedavra. Green light slams into Dumbledore. Harry's cry is torn from his throat, but it is too late. Dumbledore staggers and collapses. Harry rushes forward, shaking his mentor's body, but Dumbledore is gone. Sirius's laughter in Harry's mind is replaced by silence. With a sob, Harry realizes the last safe part of his childhood has shattered. The world just lost its greatest protector. By dawn, Harry's mission is clear. He slips out of Hogwarts with a swollen heart and tears still on his cheeks. Ron and Hermione follow, brave faces set against the chill. Outside, Sirius waits on his motorbike, dawn light pooling around him. Harry throws himself into his godfather's arms, sobbing. Sirius holds him just as he always has, calm and steadfast. "We will find them, Harry," Sirius whispers. "You are not alone." Harry nods, clutching Sirius's jacket. Together, they ride into the pale winter morning. The boy who lived now steps into the world on his own, carrying his godfather's love like armor. Freedom tastes bittersweet as Harry, Ron, and Hermione travel the open world. They chase clues from the quiet archives of the Department of Mysteries to ruined abbeys and hidden shrines across Europe. They break into the ministry vaults and survive a fiendfire blaze. In Venice's canals, they recover Slytherin's locket with the aid of Dumbledore's phoenix. In a howling snowstorm, they tear the diadem from a cold room in Hogwarts and shatter it with Gryffindor's sword. Each Horcrux destroyed weakens the Dark Lord's hold. Each victory, no matter how small, brings them closer to the final confrontation. Throughout it all, Sirius's guiding voice and his unwavering belief is never far from Harry's heart. They are almost home. Finally, they return to Hogwarts for the final stand. Dawn breaks on a grim day. Spells of every color ignite the sky as allies rally in the castle grounds. Harry moves through the smoke and shadow with Ron and Hermione flanking him, every incantation Sirius taught him blazing in his veins. Mrs. Weasley flings protective barriers around the defenders. Statues come to life and charge the enemies. Even the castle itself trembles with loyalty. In the Great Hall, Harry and Voldemort face off for the final duel. Harry's wand is steady and his gaze fierce, fueled by every laugh and lesson he shared with Sirius. "Expelliarmus!" he cries. This time, the Elder Wand in Voldemort's hand refuses the killing curse. Green light rebounds, and Voldemort's body goes limp. A final scream splits the air. Voldemort is truly gone. Silence falls over Hogwarts. Bellatrix Lestrange shrieks a final curse at Harry. Time slows as Sirius's voice booms in his mind. In a flash, Sirius leaps between Harry and the spell. A jet of green light slams into Sirius's chest. Harry's heart breaks. He stumbles forward and catches his godfather, the man who raised him, as he falls. Dust swirls. The world stills. In Harry's arms, Sirius struggles for breath. The battlefield vanishes. Harry presses trembling lips to Sirius's forehead and whispers, "Thank you." Sirius looks up, battered but smiling. "You're my family," he breathes. And then he is still. Harry closes Sirius's eyes and cradles his fallen godfather as mourning and resolve flood him. He stands up, heart full of all the love Sirius gave him, and turns back to the fight. With one final spell, Harry Potter banishes the Dark Lord into nothingness. Dawn breaks over the silent castle. Morning light pours over the courtyard. Survivors weep and rejoice in equal measure. Harry kneels in the damp grass, cradling Sirius's body. Ron and Hermione stand beside him, hands on his shoulders. Together they carry Sirius outside. Under a tall oak, Harry helps carve Sirius Black, loyal friend, into a simple stone. The ground is soft and cold. Tears mingle with snowflakes on Harry's cheeks. As he says a final farewell, Harry realizes the truth. Love outlives even the darkest night. He stands tall. Sirius lives on in every spell Harry casts and every dawn he sees. In the quiet morning air, Harry feels Sirius's pride shining back at him. For the boy who was raised by Sirius has learned the greatest magic of all, hope, and will carry that light forward forever. In the years that follow, Harry becomes more than a hero. He becomes a guardian of stories and love. On warm summer evenings, he sits outside Grimmauld Place with Hermione and their children, telling the next generation of his adventures. Young James Sirius Potter's eyes light up whenever Harry mentions the brave man who raised him. Harry shows them a photograph of Sirius grinning in the burrow, and they giggle at Dumbledore's portrait hanging nearby, winking happily. Under the stars, Harry points out Orion's bright belt and whispers, "That star is guided by Sirius's light." Because the boy who lived grew up to be a father, and the love Sirius gave him continues to light the way in every sunrise he sees. On the first September morning after the war, Harry stands on platform 9 3/4 with Hermione and their young son. The Hogwarts Express's lights twinkle like distant stars. James Sirius Potter bounds onto the train with excitement in his eyes. Before the engine roars, Harry whispers, "You hear that, Sirius?" Our son made it safely this far. He steps back and watches the train pull away, feeling warmth on his face. When a bright constellation, not Orion this time, but an eagle, shimmers overhead, Harry smiles. He knows Sirius is smiling too, guiding them from above. At the next Christmas feast, the Great Hall is alive with celebration and dancing. Harry raises his goblet. "To Sirius, a hero of our time," he declares. A ripple of smiles and agreement passes through the students and professors at his table. Snow falls softly outside the castle, and Harry feels the warmth of his godfather's spirit in every joyful face around him. In silent moments, Harry feels Sirius's pride in how far they have come. He smiles upward, as if saying, "We did it, Godfather," before stepping firmly into his future. He turns to the new dawn, certain that love and sacrifice will guide him through every sunrise and shadow. Thank you for watching the Alternate Scrolls. If you enjoyed this journey through magic and fate, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more alternate stories.